What's going on, everybody? Today is Wednesday, April 14th, and we have some things to talk about in the stock market. A couple things happened today that were pretty awesome. Coinbase IPO was today, and that was pretty highly anticipated IPO to happen. And Coinbase is a digital cryptocurrency trading app, and it was supposed to debut about $2.50 a share. And there was a lot of hype around what Coinbase was going to do, where it was going to go, how high it was. People thought $400, $500, $1,000, no telling, because Coinbase revenue was so outrageously high. But with any IPO, it's all speculation, right? So you have a bunch of institutional buyers that could buy into this stock before retail investors like me and you could even purchase it. And it went live at like 1:26 p.m. Eastern, something like that. So I'm going to pull up the Weeble chart here and show you what it is. This is Coinbase here. So there it goes live. And it actually debuted there at about 382, it looks like. 381 is where it opened. And it had a quick run up over the course of, oh, that's not very long at all. Let's see, 10 minutes. Ran up to 429.54. And then the drop happened. Now, at this point here, it was up like 70 something percent. And now that number is derived from its original IPO price of like 250, right? So not from 380. So if you bought up here and held it, man, the bag's big. No lie. The bag is big. I saw it going up and I got pretty excited. I was like, man, this might be it. Might bull flag up. But what ends up happening is you have a lot of people, not like us, that were able to buy the stock at 250 or less money. So when that stock hits 429 a share and you are up 100% or more, you just sell it. You take your profits. And that's what happened the rest of the day. We look at the chart and this thing just continued to tank all the way down to a low of 310. Now, I almost bought in right here. I saw these three candlesticks going up and I was like, this might be the opportunity. And it hit like 320, then it dipped back down. And I was like, and then it rocketed up again. And honestly, if it would have been around like 312, 315, I probably would have bought in at that price point. But assuming the risk that it could have actually tanked again, and I could have been down another 10%, and that's a big number to be down. Excuse me. Pretty quick. But as you can see, it rocketed back up to 344, and then teetered back down to 320, and then ultimately closed at 328. And then after hours, it's got this nice little slow climb happening, and it's sitting right at 343. So some pretty good price movement. Now, for me to actually want to trade this and make some money on it, I need a price movement of like $40 or $50 because I'm only going to buy maybe at this price point here 30 to 35 shares. So for it to really be worth my while, I'm going to need it to make a big move. Now, what does that mean for tomorrow? Well, nobody knows. Here's the thing. We have no idea what's going to happen. None of this matters until 9:30 a.m. tomorrow. Unless you're trading after hours, you're waking up and doing 4 a.m. Weeble and trying to scalp this thing before anyone's even allowed to buy it. This thing could run up. Guys could have bought in at 310, could hit 380, 400 in the morning, sell it off, and it could be right back down here again. There are no options on this, so we're just buying and selling stock at the moment. So that's where Coinbase is at. A lot of hype. Whole lot of hype. Now, one of the things I did miss today was AMC had a decent little run up and down. I'll put this in a 5-minute chart so you can see it. Opened up here at 884, about $9, and it shot up to 981. So it peaked there, almost $1 up on the day. Had a big reversal and a bounce back up. Not really any news on AMC. This is just kind of market hype, I think. I think a lot of things followed Coinbase. One of the ones I am surprised to see is Mara and Riot, because these are also both heavily crypto related stocks, and they took a big dump today. Riot down 15%, up 3 in the after hours. I think this is all a lot of people possibly selling their positions to dump something into Coinbase and just stay in the crypto market. That is very possible. Kind of the same with Mara here, down 15, up almost 4. And Mara's kind of been trading pretty wild, man. We've had some pretty crazy ups and downs on Mara. I mean, look at that one. It's 2 days ago where it spiked and then just ate it. So this is a real volatile area to be trading in, for sure. I was also in Roblox, and Roblox did not fare too well today. I did sell my Roblox position because it just kept going down. So I did I mitigated my loss on that, and I was going to put it into something else. And I did. I absolutely did put it into something else. I ended up buying GameStop right about 160. I think it's like 164, 163-ish is where I was in on GameStop. GameStop had a good run up today. It peaked at 23% up, $174 a share. And looking at our longer chart, we go to the 4-hour. We could see ourselves a cup here this week, and this thing could actually continue an uptick tomorrow, which is what I'm going to hope for. There was good news about GameStop. I mean, yes and no. So there's going to be obviously some management changes in there. Ryan Cohen's coming in and making moves. We had some definite things happening. And I think one of the instigators for today wasn't even so much on the news of leadership. I think it had a lot to do, honestly, with the interview yesterday with Meet Kevin. Meet Kevin interviewed Mr. Wonderful, Kevin O'Leary. And throughout their talk about Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, and stocks, he did bring up GameStop. And Kevin O'Leary said that he believes GameStop will run a second round. It will run up again. Now, this does not mean that it will squeeze, a short squeeze, a gamma squeeze, any kind of squeeze. He believes that GameStop's intellectual property and their direction forward in the e-commerce space will make the company valuation seem worth the money that it's trading at, and it will go up. GameStop's been holding this line in the mid to high 100s for quite a while. We've obviously seen some sell-offs, but down to 130, but nowhere near the $40, $50 range it was a few months ago. So I think based on that news, it gave some people a little kick in the butt to want to buy GameStop again. And if they did, they were up. It made 23% today. Easily. I mean, it ended 18% up, and it's really trending in the after hours. It's just down about 30%. This could continue an uptick. So I opted to play my money in GameStop over Coinbase, only because Coinbase has no data to follow on the chart pattern. You can say, oh, look at the chart. Look, chart doesn't exist. We have 3 hours and change of trading time. That's not enough to make a decision. So the next thing I want to talk about is actually pretty exciting for a lot of people out there. And I'm going to break this down, and I'm going to do this the same time. I'm going to screen record on my phone because I'm going to overlay that on this video so I can just put my audio in. So I'm going to go ahead and display over here, and we're going to walk right through one of the most exciting things of the day, in my opinion, for sure. So I'm going to pop this open up Cashapp. Cashapp today released a feature on the trading platform that will allow you to set limit orders for buying and selling stocks. This is huge. This is so big because a lot of people, even myself, use Cashapp to trade stocks. Here's the thing with Cashapp. If you're just buying at market price, you're buying the ask, you're selling the bid. So if I'm buying, we're just going to pull up, we'll just say GameStop, and we're watching it rocket right around here. And I want to put my order through, but I only want to spend $154 a share. With Cash App, it's almost dead set impossible to say that's where I'm going to buy it at. It's at 155 on Webull. I hit buy now. I actually bought it at 158. $3 down immediately on Cash App because Cash App is delayed. And when I sell it, I'm like, oh, 174. I sell it. I hit sell here, and it actually sells for 169 because it's delayed, because you're just sending in a market order, and the time that you hit the button and the time that the whole thing goes through, the stock could drop a couple dollars in that time frame. And while your trade will execute, it's not going to be for what you thought it was. And that might not be a big deal when you're trading smaller stocks, or things are only moving a little bit, maybe 1/3% or 1/4% or something. It's not a big deal. However, we can go onto our app now and we can say, I'm just going to use Square as an example because it's on my screen. We're going to pull this up and we're going to hit buy. And now it says buy Square standard one-time order with amounts. I can click that, auto invest. It will allow me to deposit into Square every week or weekly, daily, or whatever you want to do, which I wouldn't recommend because obviously you don't know what that price point's going to be. If you're going to hold Square long term, you just want to buy it at the lowest point possible and just keep loading up as it's lower. But what we see now is custom purchase order. And the description is automatically buy Square if it reaches a share price you choose. Custom purchase order can be used to buy stock if price falls, or to catch the wave if the price rises. So we click that. And now we have our chart here, and it shows us where the price point is, and I can slide it up and down with my finger, and I can tap it up and down for smaller increments, just like this. This is on the monthly. We can change it to the daily. So Square is trading at whatever it's trading at right now. Let me just look over here real quick. SQ. Just so we're on point here. 258.40 is what the stock price was, which it does say on there, 258.40. Has that. So I want to buy Square at, let's just say 246. So I set my limit here. I hit set. How much money would I like to buy? Because I don't have to buy shares. You're just buying money. And I could say, okay, I want to buy $100 worth. I hit next. Select an expiration period, 1 day, 1 week, 30 days, 90 days. So if you put in a limit buy on Cash App in 1 day, that's going to be market executed at 4 p.m. If that stock does not hit 246, whatever I selected, it will not buy it. If I click 1 week, that open order will stay open for 1 week. If Square does go down to 246, it will execute that trade, 30 days, 90 days, etc. And this is going to go the same for when you're selling the stock. When you're selling it, you're going to be able to set your limit prices for when you want to sell it, which is huge, because if you're not watching the stock market like streamers are or traders are all day long, you miss an uptick like I did today. I was not available, so I could not use my phone this morning. And I was watching, when I was able to pull my phone out and look at it, and I look at GameStop and I go, oh man, I should have sold my Roblox and bought GameStop. I could have made, 12% gain today, but I didn't know. I could have set that buy order and that sell order, because throughout this time frame right here on GameStop, when it shot up and then came back down, I wasn't available. So if you work a regular job or a retail job or something, you're just not around, and you go, oh, you know what? I think this is going to run. I want to sell at this point. And you want to execute, that is super important, and it's a feature that Cash App desperately needed. That feature alone puts Cash App probably 1 or 2 steps higher in my favorite trading platforms now. That is huge. Now, if you don't want to trade options in there, that I don't foresee Cash App ever allowing you to trade options. Honestly, I think their platform is geared for initial investors, people learning the ropes and playing with trying to mitigate losses, and being able to just throw money in there and buy options is a different game, right? Especially with buying and selling puts and calls and spreads. All that stuff gets way more complicated. So I don't see Cash App going down that road. But adding this feature is huge. If you're using Cash App, I strongly suggest you use this feature. To do that, now, keep in mind, if you do it on the daily, it's going to eat up day trades. It'll eat them up. but it could also keep you at a stop loss. So that's cool. It's not going to have trailing stop losses, but you know, it's that's huge. It's a big deal. Another thing that is crazy that happened today in just the overall market is Dogecoin. Dogecoin almost hit 15 cents. You remember like 2 months ago, Dogecoin was like 6 cents. Like, oh, it'll never get to 10. It would take so much money for Dogecoin to get to 10 cents. It'll never hit it. Like, to hit $1, you have to influx this huge amount of money. And lo and behold, somebody put in a crap load of money in Dogecoin. Someone bought 600 million Dogecoin. One company. And that sent Dogecoin on a freaking rampage. That is unbelievable. And I bought some and I traded it. I'm using Voyager, and I'm using Voyager with the limit sells and buys because the spread on Voyager is so high. You know, so keep that in mind if you're buying and selling it. Right now, Dogecoin is at 0.1254, and if I was to just go buy a market order, I'd be paying 0.128. And if I was selling it, it would be selling it for significantly less than that. So keep that in mind when you're trading on Voyager or some of these other apps. The premium is hidden inside of the spread. But that was huge. Bitcoin's way up, XRP's up, Ethereum at 2,400. I honestly think that Ethereum will keep going based solely on ETFs. You're buying, or not ETFs, NFTs. Excuse me. You're buying NFTs with Ethereum. It's becoming more and more used to purchase something. So when we trade Dogecoin, we're trading nothing. We can't, honestly, we can use it in very few places. So if I wanted to buy this thing, I can't buy it with Dogecoin, right? I can't go down the street and buy this with Dogecoin. I probably can't order on the internet with Dogecoin. There's very few things that you can buy with Dogecoin. With Ethereum, there's not much I can buy with Ethereum either. However, I can buy some NFTs, and they are selling for crazy amounts of money, and that crazy amounts of money equates to Ethereum. So I do think Ethereum will get a run up based on popularity of NFTs. Now, if that starts dying off, then Ethereum will probably follow suit with that. If Bitcoin falls off the face of the earth, which no one expects it will, then Ethereum might follow that trend as well. So keep that in mind. Going into tomorrow, I'm going to be watching Gamestop for sure. I'm going to be watching Coinbase because that thing can go any which way. And if I'm not playing in it, I'm just going to watch it. I'm going to watch Mara. I'm going to watch Riot because they're probably going to continue. I don't think that they're going to stay down 15%. And I was really on the fence about buying it today because that's a big hit. These stocks don't normally sustain these big hits like that. You know, when I look at this chart, I'm going to pop it up here. When I look at this 4-hour chart as to where it's at, these lows, it could end up down in the 40s, but it doesn't stay there but for a blink on this chart. And then it's 50s and 55s and way up in that area, you know, and we look at the baseline here, it looks very strong. And if Coinbase goes on a rampage tomorrow, you best believe Riot and Mara are going to follow suit. There is no way that they're going to be left in the dust. I do think that they took a hit based a lot to do with Coinbase. And when we look at Mara's chart, we're going to back it up even maybe to the daily. Very bullish on the daily. It has a big sell-off, but I do think that had a lot to do with the anticipation of Coinbase going public and just being out there. So keep that in mind. I'm definitely interested in knowing what you guys are trading. If you watch the video, let me know. Let me know what you're buying, what you're holding. Upstart is actually down to 104. I mean, it's not below 100. And I still know there's guys holding some puts till Friday that are still going to be really, really butthurt if that thing does not get down below, definitely below 100. A lot of guys were buying 80 puts. And they're like, I'm good. Well, 4 weeks is up, bro. Them things aren't paying shit. So, good luck to you. Roblox, I think Roblox is still a strong play. I think it's still a strong buy. Even where it's at. It run up. It's so new. We just don't have a lot of information to run on with Roblox. But as long as kids play the game and they're buying Roblox, man, that place is going somewhere. There's some deal I guess heard with Fortnite, and the Roblox community is endless as to what they can make in that game. So I do see that going up. But leave me some comments and let me know what you think, what you're trading. Leave me a like on the video if you like the content. Check out some of my other videos. I have other stuff to talk about, not just stocks and coins and stuff like that, and making and losing money. And I look to see you next time.